All right, guys, so in today's video, I'm going to quickly go over how we use ChatGPT, AI, and automations to book over 200 sales calls per month. And this is actually with a brand new offer that's only a few months old. And I'm actually just going to go ahead and show you my screen right now, just so you know that this is legit. So this is Calendly. This is a very common, call booking software. You've probably used it before. And you can see that in the month of February, we booked over 202 events. Now, after February, we switched to a different software. So this was 202 calls. So after February, we switched to a different software, and it was basically Jotform. We did this so that we could qualify the calls better. And you can see just like in May, I'm recording this May 22nd. So you can see just May 22nd alone, there is 28 people who booked a call, right? So we book a lot of freaking calls, okay? So now, do we accept all the calls? No, we're very picky about who we accept the calls with. But yeah, this is the power of content creation and especially using AI, right? So how exactly do we do this, right? How exactly are we booking all these calls? How did I scale this business from $0 to 100K per month in a very short period of time? Well, we actually heavily utilize AI in many of our processes. So this is kind of just, I'm not going to spend too much time going over this, but essentially we use ChatGPT and AI to help us to make our scripts. Now, does it do 100% of the work? No, you need somebody to look over it and make sure it's good and do the quality control and all that kind of thing. But with that being said, I have a pre-made prompt for the item in the script. I prompt it into ChatGPT and paste the result into the document. I use it to summarize long articles that contain excerpts of what I need for the script. I use it to generate witty jokes or comparisons and metaphors, or just ideas for it. I use it to summarize YouTube video for anecdotes by pasting the caption to ChatGPT and prompting it to summarize whatever information I need to highlight. I use it to summarize long ideas on how to start side hustles or businesses. I use it to generate excerpts from books, and I use it to for creating the initial write-up. So these are some of the things that I use ChatGPT for when it comes to making content. I am going to show you some of the prompts here in a moment. But yeah, incredibly valuable. We also use ChatGPT 4, and of course there's a brand new ChatGPT that just came out, which we're experimenting with. Yeah, so here's like an example of a prompt we use. Write meme descriptions for these jobs using popular memes on the internet. Job list here. Make sure the memes are connected to the context of the job. Then it will write a meme description that I can later use as a guide to creating the memes in Meme Generator, right? So you can literally use ChatGPT to make memes for you. And I would sometimes still edit certain memes, especially if they're unfunny. Humor is something that ChatGPT hasn't completely gotten yet, but it's actually pretty decent. So just to give an example, benefits associate meme, Oprah giving cars, description, you get a healthcare plan, you get a retirement account, everybody gets benefits. That kind of thing, right? Perplexity.ai. So this AI tool is great because it provides sources that you can click on. So it's really like advanced search engine that forms its own sentences with the help of resources. GPT can do that too, but not as quickly as Perplexity. So Perplexity is another tool we use. It's really awesome. And Otter.ai, we use this to summarize videos. So it's a really easy way to generate captions and summarize videos. 11labs.io. So if there's ever a mistake in a video, 11labs.io, basically we've cloned my voice with 11labs.io. Now, I can't do that the entire video because it's not quite perfect, but for small stretches, it's actually pretty good. You can't really tell a difference. And I've done this in many of my videos, and I've never gotten a single comment of people saying that it's an AI generated voice. So like if I make a mistake, or let's say I'm working with a sponsor and there's something else that they want me to say, but I don't want to refilm the part, I'll just use 11labs.io, and then I'll just, put something up on the screen. I'll have the editor put some stuff on the screen, and then it's just me talking in the background, but it's actually an AI voice. So this is another one that I do. Text-to-speech-free.com. This is kind of another one we use. Adobe Podcast. This is incredible for sound, guys. You can record some of the crappiest sound, and then Adobe Podcast has an AI functionality that will make that sound almost sound like it's like from a studio. So just to give you an example, my main mic, this mic right here, actually messed up when I was recording videos one weekend. but I do have a secondary sound source, but it's literally just my laptop, right? It's my MacBook. And I was able to use that secondary sound source, even though it sounded really bad and it was echoey and stuff like that. And we actually put it in the video and it was pretty good. I mean, it's not as good as this mic, but it was pretty freaking good. Okay, so Adobe Podcast is another AI tool we use. We absolutely love these. Other AI tools, Fathom Note Taker. Anytime I do a video, anytime I jump on Zoom, anytime I take a sales call, Fathom Note Taker records it. Very useful. Plus, it summarizes it. Really useful for meetings as well. And then, if you're looking at kind of like the actual prompts, this is a very, very long doc, but we'll talk about like some of these. So basically, the only thing you can't do is like you have to do the research yourself, right? So you can have your script writers, you can have somebody on your team do the research, and then you have to have somebody that actually generates the prompts. But with that being said, we have a ton of really good prompts. So make me a list of 9 remote jobs you can do with no degree. On my main channel, I make a lot of videos about remote jobs. And you can kind of see it's actually pretty good. These are actually like really solid suggestions. Let's see here. Let me go down just a little bit and so where we can see the prompts. Okay, so here's some of the prompts. Hook without revealing what the job is, 1 short sentence. Some sort of intro to the job, 1 short sentence. Quick explanation of what the job is, 1 to 2 short sentences. Metaphor and analogy makes the job title simple to understand. Why this job title is good to be featured in the video. What skills does someone planning to land this job need, or what level of experience or portfolio needed? Quote related to the job, interesting fact about the job, anecdote related to the job, salary, how to get started to land this remote job. Now the salary you do actually have to look up online. Pros and cons of this job in 3 bullet phrases. Opportunity score with 1 short sentence explanation. Brief outro, 1 short sentence. Okay, so these are the ones right here where ChatGPT does all the work. These other ones we have to look up. So we do the meme, although it does help with the meme. We do the salary, we do the anecdote, we do interesting fact, we do quote related, why this job is good to be featured in the video. ChatGPT takes care of all of these in yellow, which is pretty incredible. So here's the prompts that we use. You can pause the video and kind of check these out. Of course, these are going to be different for any video that you use, but these are like, this is like super high quality. You get really high quality information when you use these prompts. You might have to experiment a little bit with the prompts, but honestly, the information is really good. And here are the results, right? So here are what it comes out with, and you'll see it's like a good amount of information, right? So there's some really, really good results there. And then ChatGPT will respond with the answers. The clearer the prompts are, the fewer edits you'll have to make. From here, we copy the responses and paste them into a Google Doc, right? So this is an example of how we use ChatGPT to do most of the heavy lifting when it comes to content creation. It doesn't do everything. Like I said, you got to have like a scriptwriter or researcher, and you've got to quality control it. But it honestly does a lot. It does a lot of the heavy lifting, and it's really, really good. And it just makes the script writing process incredibly easy, because the script writing process is very time intensive. Then let's talk about redistribution. So you can have basically like a redistribution system, and essentially what you do is, this isn't technically AI, but what you can do is you just take your YouTube videos and then you post them on other platforms, and then you also cut them up and post them on platforms that have short form. Then you can get a transcript using AI and then, make that into copy and post it on your newsletter, post it on Twitter, post it on Instagram, etc. Make Instagram carousels, make Facebook posts, etc. And so basically this is how it works. Now I made an entire video about exactly how we do this, so I'm not going to go over it in detail, but you can kind of just pause the video and check this out. And this is basically exactly how it works, right? You can repost all of this stuff to a bunch of different platforms, and you can do all of it with the help of either automations or AI. And this is another tool we use, guys. This is Airtable. So really amazing tool. And just as an example of what we do with Airtable, when we get a sale, or when somebody gets a sale, or when somebody books a call or anything like that, it automatically gets zapped right into my Slack, right? And this is where my entire team is. So as well as a canceled call. So this is a canceled booking right here. And then here's the channel that has our book calls, right? So every time somebody books a call with us, it gets zapped into this channel automatically, right? And we can do all of that with the help of Airtables and Zapier. So it's a combination of Airtables and Zapier. And then lastly, another thing we do is we use Jotform. And Jotform essentially will ask the people questions, and it will, based on their responses, it will either automatically send the person to what's known as a triage call, which is a 15-minute call to make sure that they're qualified. Or if we're pretty sure that they're qualified, it will send them directly for the sales call, right? So that's like a 45-minute to an hour-long sales call. And it basically depends on how they answer the questions. It just automatically sends them to one of the two. Jotform, phenomenal tool. We booked almost 1,000 calls with Jotform just in the last few months. So yeah, these are how we use automations and AI and all kinds of different things. Basically, we create content using AI, heavily utilizing AI. It's really good content as well. It's not like crappy AI generated content. And then, we use a bunch of these automations in order to book sales calls. And that's the power of just understanding how to use AI to properly create content. And it has been incredible for us. So yeah, hopefully this gives you a little bit of inspiration. You can kind of see what we're doing, and maybe you can, do the same thing. I just wanted to make a really quick video kind of just sharing this because I did get a request for it. And yeah, this is basically how we do it.